Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Our names are Daph and Josh. Some of you may already know us from our great-grandfather's stories, The Ruby Float and Theodore's Children. If you haven't read them yet, you'll find them at the Dancing Pen Books website.
Today we're inviting you to hear our live presentation of The Ruby Float. It's split into lots of exciting episodes, so you can tune in whenever you like. Just close your eyes and imagine you're sitting with us by the lake under a big willow at Shady Point. Listen to the wind rustling through the leaves and to the short poem that introduces our story.
A boy and a girl went to the sea
In deep and dark despair,
when something dancing on the waves.
sent sparkles through the air.
They plucked it from the water's edge
A sphere of deepest red
and found within amazing words.
that chased away their dread.
So come with them as they do draft
Across the bounding main
in search of the one who promises.
to heal them of their pain.
Now on with the show!
Your friends
Daph?
and Josh.
Hello, L and G.
L&G is short for ladies and gentlemen.
They know that, Josh.
I don't think they do.
Jesse told us that if we want to tell the story, we can't argue.
I'm not arguing.
You are too.
No, I'm not.
What are you doing then?
I'm responding to you.
What about the people who are listening?
Oh, I forgot.
So let's start. The story we are telling is called The Tale of the Ruby Float.
Daph and I will tell it together.
Yes, we have Jesse's permission. He's the one who first told us the story. He's our great-grandfather.
Though it doesn't begin with once upon a time, we will begin in that way.
Once upon a time, in a land far across the sea, there lived a boy and a girl.
The boy's name was Nathaniel, though he liked to be called Nate.
The girl's name was Samantha, but she also went by Sam.
The time was long ago, before cars and electric lights and cappuccino drinks.
But it wasn't super long ago, however, for there were sailing ships and flashlights and bicycles.
Yes, Sam and Nate both had bicycles, as did everyone in the town where they lived.
Sam and Nate liked to ride around a lot, especially to the harbor and to the chocolate shop.
Sam especially liked white chocolate.
And Nate liked kippers, which are little salty fish that come in cans.
He didn't get those at the chocolate shop, though, obviously.
No, he got them at the little store in the harbor.
Some days they'd ride all over the town.
Everywhere they looked, there was a house or a building that their grandpa had built.
His name is Hank, which is short for Henry.
Like our great-grandpa, that's Jesse. He loved his grandkids very much and told them lots of stories.
Every Sunday, he'd take them to the beach and tell them a story.
Yes, they had a special place on the beach, and a special umbrella, and a special blanket.
Tell us about the raft, they would ask every time.
Oh, yes, the raft, he would answer.
And when we're gonna build it.
It was a terrific raft.
One that could sail across the entire ocean.
They were going to take on lots of great food along.
Like a chocolate and kippers and smelly cheeses.
Sam was going to bring her stuffed monkey.
And when they were out on the open sea, they'd catch lots of fish.
Then they'd cook them on the charcoal grill and drink hot chocolate.
Then they'd sail into all the ports of the world and they'd learn new customs.
And taste all kinds of new foods.
And learn different languages.
It was all very exciting. So exciting. I'd like to go along myself.
Hey, me too.
And while Hank was telling the story, they'd have a gigantic picnic.
With fried chicken and lemonade and pink potato salad.
And then they'd go beachcombing and find wonderful things.
Like the jawbone of a whale.
Or beautiful seashells. Sam loved them. She had the most beautiful collection.
Nate was always on the lookout for fishermen's floats, glass balls that would hold up the fishing nets.
Yes, and they kept the fishing nets floating in the water. They are usually green or purple.
So if they're a different color, it's very unusual.
Hey, don't give the story away.
But it's called the Ruby Float.
Josh!
Okay. Let's talk about logs, yeah.
Thank you. To build a raft, you need logs.
And not just any old logs, but special logs that don't get waterlogged.
Because if they do, you'll sink right in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Very bad.
Their grandpa told them about the trees that he would use to make the logs.
They grew somewhere in the forest, high in the hills above the beach.
And in other hard-to-find places.
One day he'd show them the trees, but not until they were ready to begin construction.
They'd start by lashing all of the logs together with heavy ropes.
Then they'd put them on top of them.
Like the cabin and the sail and the safety railing.
And the rudder, too, so that they can steer it.
It had to be extremely well built.
Very extremely.
Fortunately, their grandpa was an excellent builder.
Yeah, he built the town library and the school and even Nate and Sam's home.
It was the most beautiful home, a wonderful home near the seashore.
I would be very much like to see their home if only I could.
It was built of a beautiful finished pine.
With polished wooden floors and glorious windows and skylights that looked like the ones in boats.
I don't remember that part.
I'm elaborating. That means I'm filling in some of the missing details.
Is that okay with Jessie?
Of course it is. You can elaborate too if you like.
Then I am now going to elaborate us to the breakfast table of Nate and Sam's home.
Great! That's where our story really begins.
The day is Sunday, the day their grandpa will have breakfast with them and take them to the beach.
It is a beautiful day, one of the most beautiful of the year.
Eggs are frying and bacon is popping in the frying pan and orange juice is gurgling into bright, shiny glasses.
Nate and Sam pull on their sleepy clothes, climb their hair, brush their teeth,
and scramble in the kitchen faster than scrambled eggs.
Which are the fastest eggs of all.
But when they sit down at the table, they know immediately that something is wrong.
Something is very wrong. Which has nothing to do with the bacon or the eggs or the orange juice or the toast.
But it does have everything to do with the table being set for 4.
Because on Sundays, it's always set for 5. Number 5 being their grandpa.
Did we say his name was Hank?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
To continue, Nate and Sam's parents were acting very strange that morning.
Yeah, they were wearing inscrutable expressions on their face.
What's inscrutable?
Inscrutable? It means they couldn't figure out what their parents were thinking.
Or whatever that word. It had to be bad, because Hank had never missed a Sunday in their grandchildren.
It's funny that no words were spoken.
That's right. Not a single, solitary word.
There was only silence.
Yes. Dead silence.
And then, the screen door slammed shut! Bang!
Meaning that Nate and Sam flew through it so fast that it didn't have time to close twice.
That's very fast.
Really fast. And they stayed going fast all the way to their grandpa's house.
Yeah, they made it in record time.
Yes, even someone on a pogo stick couldn't have beaten them.
No, and when they got there?
What did they find?
We'll find out next time in...
Why Hank Didn't Come to Breakfast.
Yes, the next exciting episode of The Tale of the Ruby Float.
Episode?
Yeah, I think we should tell our stories in episodes.
Grandpa didn't do that.
Yeah, but the book company did. That's the way books work.
But this isn't a book.
Well, I still think we should have episodes. Then we could take breaks in between.
Well, to do what?
Practice for the next episode?
Well, what should we call this one?
Dreams of a Raft. Yeah, that's the ticket.
But we never introduced it.
Okay, go ahead. Do the introduction.
Really?
Yeah, do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes Dreams of a Raft, the first exciting episode of The Tale of the Ruby Float.
Oh, that was great.
Thank you. I think I like episodes.
Well, that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen.